Third Phase Moon with breaking news coming in from the ISS December 5th, 2019. Just yesterday, something was captured that still has yet to be explained, and we're reaching out to the world right now to get your opinions of exactly what happened above planet Earth and captured within the ISS and what is going on outside of the ISS. That's what we're here tonight to find out, and we're just going to let the video roll just a bit because it's spectacular. This was captured by Ad Kess. He submitted to us via Gmail earlier today, and we're so happy to share it with you right now. We're going to supply the original link below. He says the footage was taken from the ISS live feed on December 5th, 2019, and we're looking at it right now. He says the quality was captured via 420p, and he upgraded it to 1080p. And we're looking at incredible footage, and right now we're wanting to get your opinions again. And the information coming in from Ad Kess, he says originally the speed is increased within ×2 and then up to ×10, and we actually sped it up to ×20 just to give you the full spectrum without having to watch it for about 15 minutes. To watch the armada, a fleet of UFOs possibly rendezvousing with the ISS. I want to get your thoughts around the world and leave your opinions and comments below. But he says the filters and zoom and sharpness and saturation are applied to make whatever these anomalous objects stand out. And we want to thank Ad Kess for doing the work and submitting this incredible information to us right here at Third Phase of Moon so we can share it to the world right now.
Yeah, this is really good stuff right here. At first, I thought what we're looking at was ISS reflecting off something that was on the ground on planet Earth, maybe a cityscape of lights in the dark of the hemisphere, and whichever the International Space Station was going by at the moment. But what we saw here is these things are traveling along the space station and seem to catch up, and they're taking a close eye on what we're looking at. What are they doing? Are they observing the International Space Station?
Well, that's the big question, and that's what we want to find out. When we're looking at these anomalies, these particles, if they are particles of ice, they would kind of represent its nature or characteristics. Whatever these things are, I don't believe they are ice crystals. They have their own hue and color and different shapes and sizes. And right now, there seems to be in the video a kind of craft that pulls up to the ISS along with the other escorting anomalies behind it. But you can make out almost a structure here. A stealth craft, a secret space force.
Yeah, look as it approaches right now. It seems to have a fleet, and it's being basically flanked by what we're looking at here. You notice that large ship, and it seems to have this like a bright,
look at that aura glow around it, and almost
shielding, like a shielding something,
or almost organic, something like you would see underneath the ocean, squid-like. And if you could imagine an armada such as what we're looking at through this representation and what we're looking at through the ISS, what is being compared is not maybe science fiction but science fact, because with the work that this YouTuber did, you could see that there is some kind of structure behind all of these anomalies. Look at this and behold.
It seems to have a pattern, like it wants to traverse in a certain situation. Almost seems like there's an intellectual design behind what's happening here. It doesn't seem sporadic or organic. It seems to be controlled.
And you got to admit that space is a vacuum, as they tell us today in scientific studies. NASA tell us that NASA is a vacuum, but this almost looks like whatever these objects are, they're almost swimming through the sky, or space itself is what we're looking at possibly controlled in a direction that there is something other than space that we know of, and possibly space could be liquid in its form, because right now we're looking at it.
I like the way he zooms up
to the anomaly
object
here.
Yeah,
yes. And it's nothing's consistent about it. It seems biological in its own ways. It's very bizarre and incredible mate right here to catch the spectrum of black and white, to see the anomalies here.
This is the point where it looks like maybe it could be space particles, ice, but I'm glad he gave this information up, a little detail on both sides of the spectrum.
Could it be just a bunch of space junk out there and the ISS cameras picked it up? I don't think so. It's just strange that it's coming towards the ISS instead of away. We see a lot of space debris leave the ISS or whatever ship is coming towards it. But if you look at this, this is massive, and I don't think there's city lights coming from planet Earth.
It has a three-dimensional image. It's actually banking alongside the International Space Station,
and then
with
all
the
fleet right behind it. What do you guys think? Is this just space junk or space debris, or is this some kind of possible armada of lights and crafts surrounding the ISS, letting them know that, hey, we're here, we're watching you? It's incredible, the plasmic display that comes off this object. We're looking at it here.
Again, it repeats a pattern of geometry. It's not sporadic. It's not floating around. Each one has its own individual characteristics. Each one seems to be in a formation, and that represents intelligence.
And I like the way he pulls in on the object, whatever that was, and we're going to see it in the black and white spectrum again, sped up, so we could get a better look at all the objects going by in a quick state. But on December 5th, just yesterday, the ISS captured something incredible, and we want to get NASA's opinion of exactly what this is, because this reminds me of the big Tether experiment that they did way back in the 80s, and they couldn't explain all the artifacts, the anomalies that were displayed on their cameras. And right now, I don't think NASA has an explanation. I got a feeling they're not going to give us one anytime soon, but in the meanwhile, we're just speculating exactly what is going on in the video, and we think this is incredible evidence. And again, we're going to be supplying the original link below to the person who actually discovered this through the live feed coming in from NASA. Brent, any last words here?
Yeah, look at this, Blake. It looks like a fleet. It looks like it's intelligent, and that's what it's all about. We're looking for anomalies that's going to discredit anything besides that it's being an alien or something that's intelligently designed to track or scope the ISS. What we're seeing is relevant, Blake.
It's definitely relevant, and I believe there's intelligence behind this, whether it's organic, biological, machine apparatus. The technology is outstanding, what we're looking at, and I got a feeling ISS captured this, and it wasn't a mistake. They captured this because they knew this fleet was approaching them, and they had their cameras set and primed, ready to capture whatever this is. And we're again asking you, what do you guys think it is? Share this with your friends and ask them what is going on outside of the ISS. Brent, thanks for joining us, and everybody around the world for tuning in right here at Third Phase of Moon. Keep your eyes on the skies and be safe. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.